Gordon Blair.
Speaking to Carruth last night at the weigh-in, he says he didn't feel he lost the first fight, but that's a matter for argument. The referee thought he did, and that's just about all that matters. Fred Teat in charge this time. Blair, who's lost his last two inside the distance to Maurice Forbes and Dennis Berry. Carruth, who now has his dad Austin as part of the corner team in the green and white striped shorts. The man who had 200,000 people on the streets of Dublin to greet him when he came home from Barcelona. But fair to say, I think, as yet, although he's put in a series of competent performances, he hasn't ripped up any trees as a professional. There's a lot of support. It's all waiting to happen for him if he can get his professional career to really take off.
Yes, he's looking to do with the right hand here, the southpaw lead. He's just landed that a few times. Good little counters with that right hand.
Short right, and he went to flash knockdown.
Yes, that was just a slippy. But it was some good little punches, good little counters with that right hand.
Well, I'll beg to differ with you there, Glenn. I thought it was the impact of the punch that made him go down, but no count was administered. Short right there from Carruth into the head of Blair.
Yes, he's just catching Blair, just as Blair comes forward with that right hand. That looks a good punch.
He's pretty fired up, this one is Carruth, and the fight he really wants, he was telling me, is to fight the WBO welterweight champion Eamon Loughran, who comes from Northern Ireland, by the end of the year. It's a difficult fight to make as things stand, because Loughran is in the Barry Hearn camp and Carruth is in the Frank Warren stable, and it seems sometimes that ne'er the twain shall meet. Good sharp right hand by Carruth. Fast hands too.
Yes, he's been made to take a few of them right hands, Blair. He's just lunging in, he's been caught with that southpaw. It's just a counter right hook. But he's nice and sharp, Carruth.
The win Blair had over Carruth is easily the best on his record so far, which stands at 17 wins, 16 defeats and a couple of draws. Carruth, who's lost just 1 in 11. Again, that short whipping right hand working for him. Blair looks a lot bigger, doesn't he?
Yes, he does look bigger than Carruth. But I think the way Blair's fighting suiting Carruth, because Blair's coming looking for him. So Carruth can just wait back and look for the counter.
I'm sure that Gordon Blair will see this as an opportunity to ram home the psychological advantage he may have established over Carruth, beating him the first time, and to maybe make a big impact for himself once again. Michael Carruth of Ireland, who's on a 3-year leave of absence from the army at the moment, this rising welterweight. He has to decide in January 1997 whether he goes back to the army or carries on boxing. I think that's pretty much a formality.
Showing the right hand counter from Carruth, very good punch.
Round 2.
Second round. Michael Carruth in the green and white stripes. Gordon Blair, the only man who's beaten him, in the black. Good skills. You can see why he was such a successful amateur, Carruth. Last time out, he beat Paul Denton of Birmingham in November on the Steve Collins-Cornelius Carr card. Carruth, by the way, the heaviest of his career here, at 10 stone, 11 pounds. It's just a little bit of flesh rolling around the edge of the shorts, which is not like him. Don't know what significance of that really is. He's just half a pound lighter than Blair. Warning for both of them about use of the head there.
Blair's not really getting any sort of good attack going. He's just lunging in a bit, and that's allowing Carruth to counter, as we saw there.
Oh, good sharp punching there from Carruth. Two right hands and a left and a right uppercut, and then another whipping little right hand. Much more accuracy. Blair's shaken up a bit by that. Reddened around the face. Really turned it on. Bit of the razzle-dazzle there from Carruth. His punch picking's good.
Very good there. Nice short, sharp punches in there. And he had Blair in a bit of trouble there. He did well just to survive that. And again, walks on that good right hand.
He really did walk onto it. And then caught with a left and two more sharp rights. He's throwing these punches with bad intentions. He was staggered there again, was Blair. And he's walking right in and asking for trouble here against Carruth, who just loves to counterpunch like this. What Carruth really needs, you feel at this point in his career, is an exciting win where he looks a bit explosive.
Yes, that's what has been lacking in his work so far, but certainly in this fight, he looks as if he's doing that. Some good punches have gone in, and at times Blair has looked all at sea. He's looked pretty hurt, the legs have gone wooden.
Hit low, that right hand at the end of the rally from Carruth. Nice and loose, Carruth picking the punches and boxing really quite beautifully at times in there.
Yes, his counter-punching very, very accurate.
Blair looks totally outclassed in there at the moment. And watching this, I didn't see the first fight, I must confess, but you wonder how on earth Blair did beat him the first time. But beat him he did. Welcome back to the Green Glens Arena in Millstreet. Coming up live, world title fight for you. Steve Collins against Neville Brown, who may have a better chance than some people think, I reckon, tonight. The always interesting super middleweight division. Here it's Michael Carruth. Great punching from him.
Very good indeed, very accurate. Good sharp, short punches inside there. And he's gotten there in a bit of trouble.
Third round, Carruth in the green and white striped shorts, the former Olympic star. First man in Irish boxing history to win an Olympic gold medal. Blair, though, still trying to brawl his way in, throw a lot of leather and hope that maybe one of these punches gets lucky. He's just, again, rocked a little by the right to the side of the head. Carruth looks as if he can be a hurtful, sharp puncher, but not what you'd call a sledgehammer dynamic one.
No, he punches very quickly, and it's a strong punch. And then because it's so quick, it takes a fighter by surprise, and that's where it's hurtful. And also he throws them in clusters. There's 2s and 3s come in. But this is a good, sharp performance here. Blair's trying hard, he's trying to come forward, trying to force the fight, but just keeps walking on to good counters.
Okay, nice sharp southpaw jabs by Carruth, who's been boxing, by the way, since he was 8 years of age at the Green Hills Club, where his dad was the coach. That's a great shot again. Right hook. Blair reddened around the face, but still plenty willing enough. You can't question his heart. Still wants to come forward. Being made to look wild by comparison, though. That was not a bad right hand, that one by Blair.
Yes, he got through with a decent one on Carruth there. But he's trying so hard, Blair. Give him credit for that. It's just good performance, good punches from Carruth.
And the crowd warming to Carruth's work, appreciative of his punching in clusters, his sharpness, his accuracy. Ooh, really big left hand from Carruth, and whipping in another one. Looks as sharp as I've seen him here so far.
Yes, as good as I've seen him.
Thunderous right. Gave Glenn a little look at ringside, and I swear he
They give you a little smile there, didn't he? I think he's enjoying himself in there.
As if to say, how are you liking this performance? Answer, well, not bad at all, is it? More than that.
Yes, it's good, but again, still Blair. Plenty guts.
Just right hand there after the referee had said break from Blair. No great harm done. Wild slugging from Blair. Hopeful, desperate, but Carruth here is in the best form I've seen him in so far as a professional. We're watching a very sharp-looking performance from Michael Carruth here, the former Olympic gold medalist against Gordon Blair.
Yes, some very good punches indeed. This is the best I think I've seen him, and you saw Blair grimacing with pain there. Good punches coming in very fast, and there's a couple of times in that round it looked like it was going to be all over, and I think it is now. I think the doctor has said he's seen enough.
Blair's taken too much, and Michael Carruth avenges the only blemish on his record with a victory after 3 rounds over Gordon Blair. And he looked very, very sharp indeed. Only the 7th time he's won inside the distance in 11 fights. But I've always had a high regard myself for Carruth. He's got a lot of doubters, and I think he's got a shoulder injury, Blair. And I think that may be the real cause of why he can't go on, though Carruth was landing with a lot of good punches. Seems to have a little bit of damage himself there, doesn't he, by the side of the left eye, but...
Yes, there looks to be something there, nothing too bad, but it was a very good performance. I'm not sure if that's an old scar, but a very good performance from Carruth.
And what he needs now is a championship fight of some kind, I would say. He's certainly ready for it. They need to get a move on with him because he's 28 already and had a lot of amateur fights. And he just seems to be gaining in excitement value a little. That was good performance from him out there tonight. Patrick Charpentier, the European champion, could be a possible target for him. He wants Loughran, Eamon Loughran. That could be a difficult one to make. What about Gary Jacobs? Ideas?
Ladies and gentlemen, at the start of the 4th round, Gordon Blair having retired, the winner, Michael Carruth.
Impressed, Glenn?
Yes, very much so. A very good performance.
Gordon Blair.
Yes, I think we've waited to see that sort of work, and he really performed there, and that was Carruth at his best.
I wonder what Barry McGuire...